Hey everybody, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Day before yesterday, Dad and I decided to watch Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Now this is when the story becomes just a little bit more ominous. And the reason for that is that, well, first of all, the Chamber of Secrets has been opened, and there are a lot of revelations made about Harry himself. And of course, there's also a diary involved. A diary that belonged to somebody very important. And if you've read the books, you know who this is. And then we figure out his true identity near the denouement of the film. But I really love the fact that even the second film is better than the first. And I had to explain a lot of things to Dad because, having not read the books, he was a little bit confused about the professors and the different houses and all that. So I had to keep him abreast of everything that was going on. I really love the scenes with Dobby, and you really feel sorry for the poor creature. And there were some scenes that, believe it or not, actually made me cry, and I was surprised with that. Scenes with Hermione when she is cured of petrification, when Hagrid returns from Azkaban, and of course when Dobby is freed. Sorry, spoiler. I'm sorry, I had to give that spoiler away, but it's just a very touching moment, and he becomes indebted to Harry and protects him from that moment on. And then you feel much better for him because you realize what kind of a jerk he belonged to. But as far as movies go, this one is definitely 2 thumbs up, 5 stars across the board, no questions asked. And I find that it is in sync with the book, particularly in the fact that it's more foreboding than the first, especially when he finds himself in Nocturne Alley. Ugh. When I saw that in the cinema the first time, I almost screamed because I was not expecting for that hand to grab him, and yeah, it startled me quite a bit. But having seen the film one time around, I remembered that, and I wasn't scared. It's I just think it's more interesting than the first film, because we know all the characters, and we know where the story is going to be headed. And I'm not sure when we get actually, the man that we have playing Dumbledore, Gary Oldman, I think that changes around year 6, but I'm not entirely sure of that. So if someone can help me, that would be all the more grateful. But I love Chamber of Secrets, and I just think that it exceeds the first, and it supersedes it. And the films from this point on just keep getting better and better, except for one down the line. And I'll be reviewing that one as soon as I get to it, and you know which one I'm talking about. But I really like the different characters, especially the introduction of Gilderoy Lockheart. Even though you don't have a lot of sympathy toward him, you just think he's a twit. He is, and he's nothing but a fraud. But you figure that out later in the film, and we're actually quite happy to see that arrogant little idiot go. I really don't have that much else to say about Chamber of Secrets, other than it is really a delightful film, and the tone becomes just a wee bit scarier than the first, and the peril increases, and the storyline becomes increasingly more complex. And that's what I like. That's what I like most about Harry Potter. It's just such a rich and involved world that it takes upon a life of its own. And you could see this in the way that J.K. Rowling had it presented. And of course, Chris Columbus is still the director, and he does a stupendous job on that. And I'm glad that he did, because I really like Chris Columbus as a director. And of course, all of our favorite characters are really depicted splendidly, and it's enthralling. I think it's very suspenseful and interesting as far as films go, and there really aren't any what I call low points. It just keeps going from one thing to another with plenty of action and adventure, and then you figure out what truly happened to Moaning Myrtle, and you're relieved when Hagrid is released from Azkaban, because we learn that he was not responsible for the opening of the Chamber of Secrets. It was somebody else entirely. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. And I will be reviewing Prisoner of Azkaban pretty soon, so catch you then.